When I come in the door, I feel like I have a special comfort blanket.
I call them the passionate angels.
It's people that really cared about me as a person, about my family.
My chemo was booked for December 28th. I had accepted it, that this was in my best interest. But emotionally, I still had a lot of fear. Benson was the pharmacist helping go through the drugs. Benson picked up on a couple of my questions at how fearful I was of the chemo. And he took the time to tell me and reassure me, because he read my fear and give me peace of mind, that I went home and got a good night's sleep and went looking forward to embracing a chemo treatment the next day. Okay.
What we're really trying to do is make empathic care a standard, really trying to understand from the patient's perspective their own experience.
You have to communicate with patients. You have to know what their needs are, and people only open up if they feel comfortable with you. And so that personal connection with the patient is very important.
Patients do come to us for care at a very vulnerable point in their lives, and they come with all these fears and uncertainty. And it's very important for me as their doctor to do everything I can to help alleviate those concerns.
It's all about understanding who they are and where they're coming from, what they're worried about, how their disease is going to impact on their lives and their families' lives.
Having someone being cheerful and having someone be empathetic, or having someone a listening ear while they're going through this process, I think that really helps patients.
I had just gotten my first job as a teacher, so I would teach and then come down and do dialysis. We talk, how you doing, how's your wife? It added a level of comfort and a level of security that would reduce my anxiety and would take me away from the I'm on a machine for the rest of my life. Thank you so much for helping.
In medicine, there's been an evolution of thought. We need to be proactive. We need to look after the customer and find out what it is they need and respond to it.
At UHN, there's always this drive to be better.
It is a competitive environment in some ways, so we need to go that extra distance. It's often just the small stuff that makes a huge impact on somebody's experience here.
People have a lot of unanswered questions, sometimes about very basic things. What can I expect? Will something be painful? If we can address as much of their concerns, even about some of the small things up front, that they're going to be a lot less fearful and more trusting with the healthcare team.
When you meet with a patient, you really have to make sure that you're physically and mentally present with them.
You maybe ask a question, but let them express their thoughts and their ideas and feel like they're being listened to.
When you're talking to a patient, that's their time, and you can't rush a patient encounter.
It really requires a lot of trust for them to put really their lives into your hands in many ways and embark upon different therapies or treatments.
They called it pulmonary fibrosis. He felt strongly that a transplant was going to be the only thing to save my life. While I was going through the process, I had nurses who sat with me through panic attacks, and doctors that, when they came by for their morning rounds, they talked to me. They saw me as a human being.
Once a patient and their family really trusts that the doctor has a plan that is really concerned for their well-being, they're much more motivated to participate with all aspects of the treatment plan.
If you know that, some physiotherapist really cares about you, you're going to give everything you have to that person.
I love the human interaction, being able to provide care in that way.
It makes me feel very good about what I can do in my role as a doctor.
Taking a very personal and compassionate, caring approach.
They really appreciate all the time and care that we've shown them. At the end of the day, it does feel really good.
And other people come to you and say, look, this patient had a great experience with you. It's kind of a sign that you're doing the right thing.
So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here talking healthy, being happy, and a well-adjusted human being.